Hello everybody, this is Hero, and welcome back to a new episode of my first playthrough of 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. In the previous episode, we went through door number 8, if I remember correctly, with Lotus and Clover, and we arrived at this laboratory. Clover gets stuck in this different area behind bars, and it was up to Lotus and I. Clover was also collaborating, looking for clues to finding in her side of the room and stuff, looking for ways to free her. And now, we also had a very interesting conversation with Lotus regarding, kind of the nature of the human brain and the human drive to do things, so to speak. She kind of compared it to a monitor on a computer. It was definitely something interesting. But we find ourselves at this place. We unlocked an activation key, which I believe is going to be for one of the devices in this side of the room. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it and see what it does. Okay, so anything that Clover has to say to me? Junpei, thank you so much for everything. Well, what's this all about? And also, I'm sorry I messed up. Hey, we can talk about this when we get you out, okay? Just hang on, Clover. I'm gonna get you out of there right away. Yay! I think this is the first time I've actually seen a genuine smile out of this cheek. Okay. Anything else on her side of the room? According to Clover, is some kind of device that can regulate voltage. There's no power going to it, though. Okay. Let's use the activation key and see if that does anything for the power in this area, which I assume it will. This key, the shape sure makes it seem like it goes to this machine. Alright, I'm turning it on. Okay, the monitor is on now, and it's full of letters. It's showing some kind of warning. Power restored to experimental device. Emergency system will activate in the event of abnormal subject behavior. Okay. So anything Clover can do on her end then? Like with this? Junpei, this thing in here is on now. Yeah. Yeah, that's cause we activated the power over on this side. Could you play with it a little? Okay. Yeah. I'll turn this dial here. Turn. I don't think it's working. Nothing happened. Well, maybe she missed something. Should ask her to look around the room again. To do what? Anything here with these cables? It's a rack. There are some cables on top with copper wire exposed. This is the monitor. There are a whole lot of cables under this table. There's a mannequin lying on the exam table. I can't really see it very well from here, but it looks like there are a bunch of electrodes sticking out of its head. I got the scribblings from the table already. Yep, I did this. It's a wash basin, more commonly known as a sink. The stairs? A short flight of stairs. What's there to look at? What else is there to look at? This again? Okay, maybe if you increase the voltage. Roger, will do. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way to max voltage. Max voltage? Hey, wait, Clover. Ah, shit. What? I think Oh, geez, here we go. Oh, no. Oh my god, the mannequin's head. Oh man, that sounds like a fire alarm. What the hell? Fire detected. The emergency system will be activated. Evacuate the room immediately. Can she? The monitor looks like it was almost melted by the heat from the fire. Hey, Junpei, do something. This is your fault. My fault? Is it? I mean, the mannequin's head is on fire. Okay, it looks kind of funny, but this is no laughing matter. If I don't do something, Clover will... Okay, the emergency door? Yes. Junpei, look at this light. Yes, it's green. The emergency system has been activated and disabled the lock. Yeah, get out. Now we can save Clover. Junpei! Come on, kid, jump! It's safe. Oh man, that smoke is some serious business. Time to close this door again, I think. Clover, are you okay? Are you hurt? Man, she's coughing so hard she can't even talk. I'm not alright. What the hell took you so long, you big jerk? I was almost dead. Uh, Sorry, I was going as fast as I could. You two can do this later. Right now, we need to get the hell out of here. The fire's not going to stay in the room forever. So here? Alright, you found it. So it looks like,
Whew, thank God we got out of there.
yeah, no kidding. That could have been dangerous. So that's interesting that we were kind of close to solving the room in the previous episode, but I had to cut out when I did because I'm trying to keep these episodes like more or less consistent in terms of length. And uh, again, I'm going in blind. I don't know this game or the pacing really in general, though it seems like the puzzles are not very long. That might change in the future. I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is. That was how the last episode turned out. So we got out of there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
finally.
Oh, yeah.
And we're back to the narrated dialogue, which is good.
All right, let's go.
The voice acting is fine. It looks good. I think I recognize Clover's voice actress. She voices a couple of characters in Danganronpa, I believe. If it's the actress I'm thinking about, I forgot her name, but she voices I think it's Miu and Akane. Uh, Let me know her name because well, I guess I could look her up. I don't know if I'll run into any spoilers regarding Zero Escape, so I will not.
Okay.
It's just that her voice seems very familiar.
Damn, none of these open. They're all locked.
Well, maybe that's for the better. We do have the Earth key that we found in one of the lockers here, and but that's interesting because the Earth door was way back in deck B, I want to say, the one with the big staircase where we first met. And I don't know if we can backtrack that far. Like, we left one of the doors open, the one that led to the piano room. But beyond that, backtracking further, I don't think it's possible because that was the door number 5. Hmm. Maybe we'll go back around. I don't know. We'll see. Or maybe we'll find another Earth door. Hmm. Okay, so none of these open. They're all locked.
How about that one?
Let's hope this is the door with the prize.
Hmm.
Jumpy!
Hey,
Huh?
June.
June? Santa! 7!
So we're all back together.
Hey, what are you guys doing here?
What? But we didn't.
Hey guys, could you come take a look at this?
Hey, on the wall.
A map of the ship's interior?
Hmm. Okay. Is this the room with all the hospital beds then? Um. I don't know exactly which are the doors. Are these little things? This looks like the laboratory we were just in. So maybe this, and then we came out here. Hmm.
It says C deck. So it's the map for this floor then?
Door 7. And.
This is door 7. This is the one that the other group went through. So like this, and we're in this hallway now.
Door 8. Yep, they both eventually end up at this hallway.
Okay, so they lead to the same place. So then, wait.
Yeah, isn't that what I said? We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door 9.
Yep, I think we're all of the people here are gonna be necessary to solve the puzzle. Well, only 5 people can go through, but I think we're gonna need a good combination of numbers to get the digital route.
We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9.
Yep.
That's how the Nonary game works.
He did mention this in a previous episode, I remember.
Wait a sec. This leads to.
So are we back to the hospital room?
Oh,
You've got to be kidding me.
we may as well go.
Is this the door that didn't have any numbers written on it?
Yeah.
Oh, almost forgot. We should keep this.
Ready? I'm gonna open it.
Is Ace gonna be there?
I knew it. We're back.
Okay. Yep.
In the hospital room.
I see. I believe I understand what you're saying.
Ace. He's here. He's fine. Oh my goodness. I was so worried because okay, I knew that he had like a what's the name for that I'm looking for, the word I'm looking for, like a sleep medicine, right, that he injected himself with, but I don't know if he injected like just the right dose to fall asleep or if he actually overdosed or something and the game didn't want to show it. I don't know, I feel like if he had died maybe the game would have paid more attention to that, but I'm glad to see that he's fine.
The 6 of you split into 2 teams and went through doors 7 and 8.
It's good to see you again. I was really interested in his character, and I was sad to say goodbye because I feel like I didn't get any chances to spend time with him, which I assume was gonna be the point of like splitting into different groups, you know, getting to know different people and all. By the way, real quick, before we move on, I want to check this, the flow screen. So it seems that there are a couple of choices that we could have taken here. We could have gone through door 7. Maybe this is this branch. We went through door 8. And then, yeah, the 3, 7, and 8 doors. And then, of course. And then another choice that we had, which I didn't take, which was going through door number 3. I didn't take that one because I thought that we had like very tightly formed groups to go through doors 7 and 8, but it looks like it's actually a 3-way choice here. So I wonder, I don't know if I have to replay the game from the start and choose a different path each time or not, but I'm really interested to see what goes on if I do something differently, because look, they don't exactly join up at the same point. So this looks like an entirely different ending. And it looks like we're coming up on another choice that might lead me down this route. But there are different branches here as well, so I'm very interested in all of this. Anyway.
You solved the puzzles in the operating room and the laboratory.
Yeah, the operating room. Is that the one the others went to?
And then met one another in the hallway after opening your respective locked doors.
Wait, operating room, like a ER? Sorry, not ER. ER is where you go when you have like a broken bone or something, right? The emergency room. This is an operating room, so like, yeah, okay. I guess it makes sense if this was a hospital ship, like Seven said, but who knows? Yep, we rejoined again.
At any rate, I feel a bit silly for my little show of altruism.
Well, okay, yeah, I guess in retrospective, yeah, but we didn't know what was gonna happen, and you didn't know either, so it was very noble of you, given the circumstances.
I
at
know
the
I
time.
said I was sure you'd come back for me.
We came back a little bit quicker than you expected, huh?
I didn't think it would happen so soon, though.
Yeah.
Well, we saw each other again and we ain't dead, so I say that's good enough.
Yeah, that's so positive.
Anyway, I said we get out of this creepy old place. We found the key we need.
The key?
Oh, so they also got a key on their end, huh?
Ain't that what I just said? I'm talking about the Jupiter key. We found it in the operating room.
Jupiter key. So that was back at the B deck again too, right?
Here.
Whoa.
Nice catch.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I
that's
see.
simple.
So this is Jupiter.
That looks kind of like a it either looks like a 21 or like a number 4 with like a little twist here, or like a little twirl.
I'm gonna let you hold on to that, alright?
Okay.
Yeah, on it.
I'm the key master.
Well, I've got something for you too then. Here, it's the Saturn key card. We found it in the kitchen.
Wait. The Saturn key card in the kitchen? Wait. Oh, is this from way back then, where we went through door number 5 and the others went through door number 4? We didn't have this before. Wait, so I'm confused. Was the Saturn key card... Hold on, I took notes. The Saturn door was the one that was on B deck, along with the Earth door. And where was the Jupiter door? I don't really remember. This one was like an elevator that had like a swipe, and the other was a regular key. What about the Jupiter one? Huh.
I might lose it. It's probably better if you hold on to it. That way it won't be my fault if it gets lost.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, on it.
So how many unused keys do we have now?
There's
This
the
one?
Earth key we found in the laboratory, the Jupiter key you just gave me,
Mm-hmm.
and the Saturn key card from Lotus. I'll keep them safe.
The Jupiter key is supposed to be for the door at the end of that long, straight hallway, right?
The door at the end of the long straight hallway.
Yeah.
The one with all the doors that we spend so much time looking through, I guess. I'm so bad. I feel so bad that I don't really remember, but yeah, we'll definitely go through there at some point. So
If the map's right, then it connects to the central staircase.
Mhm.
Then, next to the stairs,
Wait!
So it connects back to the central staircase. So we can backtrack.
What about door 3?
look, you saw the map, right?
Yeah, it does lead back here, doesn't it?
It's the same as 7 and 8. Just lead us back to the big hospital room. There's no point to seeing what's on the other side of that door.
There is a point.
Yeah, someone might be behind there.
At least there is for me.
At least that's what she's trying to convince herself so hard of.
Yeah, you're right, I'm sorry.
I still don't see how he could have gotten through on his own, like without anybody's cooperation. But there was something very interesting that Clover mentioned in the previous episode, which is that one of his arms is prosthetic. It's not a real flesh arm. So I said I wanted to check this, but I actually didn't. But if it's the arm that has the bracelet on it, would it be possible for him to kind of sort of detach it and free himself from the bracelet? And if so, would that somehow give him some sort of access or immunity of some kind against the bomb device? I don't see how it would give any immunity, because like if it's like detonator, I don't know if it has like an activation range or something, but who knows. In any case, that seems interesting. Something to consider, maybe.
Snake might be on the other side of door 3.
Very well. I'll be coming with you then.
Huh.
I've had a nice long rest. I think it's time I was up and about again.
So are they going into door 3?
So 7, you'll help me, won't you?
7, Clover and Ace. That's 7 and 4, that's 11. And one more, that's 12. 2 plus 1, 3. Yep, it checks out, so
Huh? Me?
yeah.
Damn. Well, I guess that's how it's gotta be.
Okay, I think this is a good plan. The rest of us can maybe split up and investigate the other doors now that we have so many keys. And in the meantime, they can go there, do their thing. That seems reasonable.
So I'm going with you, huh?
Yes, you are.
All right, let's get moving. Okay, we're heading out.
Be careful.
Whoa. Didn't think I'd be hearing that from you, Lotus.
Don't let it go to your head. I'd be in trouble if the three of you bought it. The rest of us can't open the 9 door.
Okay. See, this is an interesting bit of characterization here. Lotus has definitely been, from the beginning, she's been the calm, rational, kind of 2 steps ahead of a game at any given point. And she's not the sentimental kind, not at all, from what it looks like. At least that's the appearance that she's putting on. Who knows if she actually cares or has feelings or is developing feelings for the people here. I mean, to some degree, she's not heartless, but she's definitely the kind of person who she was the first one to think about, hey, when we get to the door number 9, we're not going to be able to get through. There's gonna be some sacrifices, either along the way or once we get there. So she's very goal-oriented and kind of cutthroat. I guess she would have to be, considering her background, the working in cybersecurity and stuff. Still, very interesting characterization right here.
Ah, the truth comes out.
Yeah, he's kind of messing with her.
Okay, we're off.
Okay, be safe.
All right, we should get moving too.
Yeah.
Huh?
Get moving.
Where are we going?
Well, it would be a waste of time to just sit around, wouldn't it? Let me explain.
Yeah, we're gonna investigate the other doors while this little group of 3 does their thing. That sounds fair to me.
Oh, I get it. We're gonna see if we can get anywhere interesting with the Jupiter key.
That's gonna bring us back to the staircase if that's if the map's accurate.
Yes. If we're lucky, we might find Snake.
And here's the Jupiter symbol on the keyhole.
Yeah, there it is.
All right, Junpei, open it if you please.
Yeah, on it.
Great, back to the beginning. You sure this is a good idea?
It is, because now we have things that we didn't have the first time. This is good, actually. So now we have an actual shortcut, I guess, so to speak.
What do you mean?
Well, we already searched every inch of this room, didn't we?
Oh, Santa. Come on, it's not that hard.
I'm asking you if there's any reason we came back here.
uh, it's funny because in game, it's been like a couple of hours for them. For me, it's been several days already since I started playing this game, and I remember. Okay, first, it's fair to assume that it's a much more stressful situation they're in. I'm from the comfort of my own home and stuff. Of course, there's a reason.
Of course there's a reason. Man, sometimes I can't tell if you're smart or just lucky.
What's that supposed to mean?
Huh?
This.
The Saturn key card.
Yeah, that was for one of the elevators, and then the Earth key was for the door.
And the Earth key? I'm lost.
Don't you remember, Santa? On C deck, where we are now, there was a big elevator behind the stairs, remember?
Mhm.
And next to the elevator, there was a card reader with the Saturn symbol on it. And on A deck, on the door to the left, there was a keyhole with the Earth symbol on it, I think.
Yep.
So the 2 keys that Junpei has?
Should let us use the elevator and the door on A deck. Huh.
And it's interesting how she says, I think. And I mentioned this because I believe she was the one who actually identified the planet's signs. it kind of goes to show, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it goes to show that she's kind of humble about what she knows and what she has contributed. She's like, oh, well, I think that was the earth symbol. She's pretty sure that that was the earth symbol, but it's interesting.
Yes, that's right.
Hmm.
All right, I got it. Let's get started then. What do you say we split into 2 teams?
Sure.
Lotus and I will search the Earth one, so you 2 can search Saturn, all right?
Sounds
Okay.
good. Then you guys should take this key.
It's interesting because I would like to spend a little more time with Sana. I feel like he's the only one that we haven't done much with yet. The others, well, we've been with Snake and Seven in one of the first puzzle rooms. We've been with Clover and Lotus. We haven't seen much of Santa yet. We haven't seen much of Ace, though he did have that big scene where he kind of sacrifices himself. And well, we also haven't spent much time with June, but we have the backstory that we are childhood friends and stuff. So yeah, I'm just worried that something's gonna happen and we're not gonna be able to get to know all these characters in depth. But I suppose there's also multiple playthroughs. I don't know if that's the kind of game that expects you to play through multiple times and get all the endings. We'll see. I definitely want to give as much content about this game as possible, so we'll see.
We have no idea what's on the other side of these. So don't go too far. Just search for 10 minutes and come back.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
There's a card reader next to the left elevator.
Then let's try out the Saturn keycard.
Let's go.
Great! It looks like it's working now.
All right, now how do I call the elevator? Oh, it only has the upside down triangle on it.
In the image, I don't see it. I see like a, or is this circular button, but it has like a triangle on it? I can't see the drawing very well.
I guess there's no up button.
Okay, so is the elevator down somewhere else, and maybe we can later ride it back here? I don't know.
Well, we may as well try pushing this one.
Or just do that. Okay.
It opened! Look, Junpei!
Sweet! It opened! Let's get going.
Wait!
What?
I'm not really, I just, oh gosh.
Is she nervous? Scared? June was probably afraid of... They could only go down. Yeah. I don't think that's it. Not in this situation. I know that it's a little bit of a taboo thing, but not in this situation. This is like a red herring. Maybe this is what's worrying her? Yeah.
Come to think of it, the lower floor, D-deck, is completely underwater. An elevator heading to a submerged floor. That is pretty scary.
Yeah. Doesn't look like a good idea. And
Hey, wait a minute. This elevator came up from somewhere under us, right?
yeah.
Well, yes, I guess it did. It didn't open right away after you pressed the button. There was a motor noise, like it was moving, and then it opened.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Is there some trickery afoot with these elevators? Because we know about tricky elevators from Danganronpa. And that's all I'm gonna say, just in case you don't know what I'm talking about.
So, take a look inside. It's not wet at all, is it? The walls and even the floor are totally dry.
Oh, you're right. They are.
So it's not like this is some sort of airlock situation, or airlock wouldn't be the right way. Sort of like a chamber, to pressurize or depressurize. I guess that's an airlock, but it's not at the same time because I'm thinking about like a door that connects outside and inside with a submerged structure. You would need a way to also drain the water and then open it up to the exterior. Yeah.
Well, let's test it.
Whatever.
Tested.
Yeah, watch this. Now, I'll just put one foot inside the elevator and look over at the buttons.
Okay.
Oh, there's only two. E
Up
and C.
and down. E and C. Okay.
All right, I'll push E.
That's even further below.
I think I can hear it opening on E deck.
That's even further below than we were when we started, right? Didn't we start on D deck? Like the first room?
Okay, that's done. Now I'll just press the button again. Yep, not a single drop of water to be seen.
Okay.
See?
What does that mean? How can E deck be safe if the D deck is full of water?
Different compartments, maybe?
Well, here's what I think. The elevator shaft and E deck must be watertight and separated from wherever the ship's been punctured.
Yeah, like different compartments in water.
Here, let me show you.
Yeah.
I see. So is that why the ship hasn't sunk? The shape of the inside keeps it all from filling with water?
Yeah, I think that's what's going on. So I'm gonna go down and check it out. You stay here, all right?
But
Come on, just do it, all right?
I'm coming with you.
Huh? Hey, wait!
Oh boy.
Crap, it closed!
I can't just let you go alone, you know.
Ah, jeez.
Sure. Okay.
It looks normal.
As normal as you would expect on this place. Uh-huh.
Oh, knock it off. It's just like I thought. This part hasn't flooded.
Was she holding her breath? That's so funny.
Come on, just look around. There's no water here.
She was.
You're right. It's not flooded at all.
See?
But there's a whole lot of water.
Yeah, right on top of us.
Yeah, that's creepy to think about, sort of.
What's gonna happen if the ceiling breaks?
Don't think that's gonna happen, but
We'd probably die.
yeah, blunt and to the point.
Oh no. Don't be so casual about something like that.
What are you gonna do in this situation?
At any rate, we should probably go back as soon as we can, once we're done looking around down here. Lotus and Santa might already be back.
Okay, good idea.
Now then. Iron bars. Well, we can't go over there.
And that seems to be the other elevator shaft. Maybe the one that was on top,
Right.
which I don't think it had a key card reader next to it. So I wonder how we activate it. I wonder if it's activated from this side somehow.
Then maybe...
Well, it looks
Oh.
like there's a long straight hallway down this way.
Six.
Something's written on the door at the end. Wait, is that...
Let's check.
I knew it!
This is a numbered door.
Yeah.
But we can't do anything with only the two of us.
No.
We better head back and let everyone know.
Yes.
Wait, what's this? Is this the map for E-Deck? I should take it with me. Huh, so you guys found door 1.
Can I actually? Yeah, I can. Okay. I haven't actually been looking at this screen. Whoa, that's interesting. I know that this was something that we had available. I guess I didn't have the need to do it. But yeah, this is something that we could look at anytime we wanted. Aha, kitchen. So this is where the other group were. And second class cabin. We haven't been there here either. So this is the very first split fork in the road that we had to do. Interesting. And then this is the big hospital room. Operating room. This is the one that they have been in. Interesting. And this is the laboratory we were in. Shower room. This is also something that they checked on their end. Storage. Have we been here at all? I don't think so. C deck central staircase. And then on E deck, this worries me. The fact that it's all burned up. What's going on with that? Chapel. Huh. Wait. Is that a coffin? And then that seems to be everything. Okay. So you guys found door 1. Door 1, okay.
So now we've located 2 new doors, the 6th door and the 1 door.
You know, it is interesting that E deck wasn't flooded.
Yeah, probably different compartments.
Well, we don't really know if all of E-Deck is safe.
That big burn mark in the map worries me.
We only checked the area around the elevator.
Yeah, even so, it's still very interesting.
You said the 6th door was there, right?
Mm-hmm. Or it's the 9 door and the ships needs to turn around or something. Yeah, I don't know. At this point, I'm just throwing shit out of the wall and seeing what sticks.
Yes.
Then that means Zero planned all this out, even the sinking.
Mm-hmm.
That would have meant some pretty serious remodeling of the ship's interior.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
Yeah, this is all planned.
Yeah.
Sorry. If the game froze for a moment there. That was my battery. Regardless, I wonder how long it took. I can even imagine how much it must have cost.
It would have been a ton, that's for sure.
Yeah, we were talking about Zero's potential identity earlier, and we concluded this is either an organization of someone with a lot of money and power.
Well, that does go along with what Ace was saying.
Yep.
The most reasonable explanation would be that this was done by some organization with access to a whole lot of cash.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does make sense.
Everybody's thinking.
Yeah?
I don't think it's a very good idea to stay here.
Right here?
Yeah, you're right. Ace and his team might be back already.
Well, Junpei and I should be able to open door 1.
Junpei and I. Yeah? Mm-hmm.
Huh? You guys leaving me behind?
Just kidding. All right, let's go.
Hey! Where the hell did you guys go?
Investigate?
7?
What's wrong? No,
What's wrong?
he wasn't there?
What happened?
What the hell kind of question is that? Snake is...
What's... Uh-oh.
Snake is dead.
Oh. Oh no. Guys, I hate to do this, but thank you so much for watching this episode with me. Yeah, we're going to find out what they saw beyond that door in the next episode. In the meantime, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying this series and you would like to watch with me. And see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye for now.